As we delve deeper into winter, we're starting to see some snow. Beautiful, clear water crystals, known as snowflakes, falling down. And with snow comes snow days with lots of fun to have. I like making snow people, big and small, cute little ones. I like looking at the footprints the animals leave behind. These ones look like birds, and this one looks like a rabbit. And sometimes I put my own in there in case the animals want to see my footprints later. I also like sledding and catching snowflakes in my eyelashes. If you get a chance to catch a snowflake, look closely. Closer. You'll see that all snowflakes have 6 sides. Hello! My name is Charlotte, and today we are making paper snowflakes. You will need a pair of scissors and paper. Okay, so we're going to do 2 different types of snowflakes today. First, I'm going to teach you the way I learned when I was your age. Very simple way. However, it is not the true form with the 6 angles. It's more like 4 because there's a little less folding involved. So it's good for if it's your first time making a snowflake. So how I do that is you take your piece of paper, and usually papers are rectangular and you want it to turn into a square. Now this is a good skill to learn how to turn the rectangle into a square. You take one of the corners and you fold it down like this. And you have this line across, and you're just going to cut that right off. And then that gives you a square, equal sides. So we're gonna fold it back up into our triangle. And then we're gonna fold it again. Press down on the edge. And we're going to do it again. There you go. Now, for this one, I like making my snowflakes round. So I take my scissors, and we have our point here. I'm going to make a little curve on the top. So my final product, when I unfold it, should be a little rounder. Okay, putting all my scrap paper in a pile so I can recycle that later. Now this is the fun part where you use your imagination and put any kind of shapes in you want. You can do triangles, you can do half circles, you can do stars, you can do blobs, you can do any kind of made-up shape you want. Meat morp. So I'm gonna just start cutting. Oh, very important that you cut on the side with all the flaps. Not the side that is one big fold. The one big fold side is going to be your sturdy side that's going to hold your snowflake together. So you don't want to cut, and if you do cut there, you don't want to cut too much, okay? You definitely don't want to cut all the way across. Unless it's the very tip, then you get a nice cute shape right at the middle. All right, so let's get started. So snowflakes come in different forms depending on the temperature, whether it's warmer or colder, or the humidity. Now the humidity is how much water is in the air. Now 2 people who really looked closely at snowflakes were Wilson Bentley and Uchikiro Nakaya. Wilson Bentley, he saw snowflakes and he looked at them through a microscope and then took pictures of them. And he took pictures of them. Pictures and pictures and pictures of them. So many of them. And he learned that they have 6 sides that they come in different shapes, that they're all different. And there's a really good book about him if you're interested in reading, beautifully pictured, and that book is called Snowflake Bentley by Jacqueline Martin. Now, Ukichi-ro Nikaya also looked really closely at snowflakes and figured out that temperature and humidity causes the different shapes. And so he made a really cool graph on what snowflakes will look like depending on those two things. And you can see on the graph that they come in forms like plates and needles and columns and dendrites. Now, capped columns are my favorite because they start off as a column and then the humidity and temperature change, and then they start building caps upon those columns, which I think is pretty cool. It's like two different snowflakes put together into one. Now, the kind we're making today is called a dendrite, and that is a flat one with all those little patterns inside of it and branches and stuff. All right, are you ready? This is what it looks like when you undo the first one. So undo it very carefully. I put so many triangles in here, and a lot of these triangles are going to turn into diamonds. Woo! Ta-da! Gorgeous! Look at that snowflake! It looks gorgeous! Okay. Now, are you ready for the second kind? So this one is a little more complex, but if you're up to it, follow along. So we're going to turn our rectangle again into our square. There we go. Ta-da. And then we're going to fold it in half like this, and then fold it in half again. Now next, this is the more difficult part, is you're going to imagine a V in the middle of your triangle, and we're going to fold these into the V. So I'll do my first one as an example. That's one, and then I'm going to flip it over and do the other side. That's two. So it kind of looks like this. So I'll do it again. Open it up. Oh, you can kind of see the V in the middle now. There, you can see my V. So let's fold it again. Flip it over. And there we go. Okay, so for this one, we are going to cut right across to get rid of those little points. And now this is the one that is correct in the way that it has 6 sides. So in this one, there are lots of patterns you can find online if you just type in snowflake pattern on your search bar. And here are a few that you can pause and look at to trace on your own. I am going to use my imagination just because I like doing my own thing and just seeing what happens, because it's always a surprise when I undo it. So each side actually has a flap, so you pick one of them and then just make sure that you treat it as the side with the flap, and so you don't cut through the whole thing, and you make sure it's going to be your sturdy point. So let's get cutting. While I cut this one, there are a lot of fun facts about snow activities. Now, there is the biggest snowman that ever was built. And actually, building snowmen is one of people's favorite things to do when it is snowing. One cool fact I really like about snow is that snow is actually made up of crystals. It's snow crystals. That's what snowflakes are. And they're actually clear. So when you think of white snow, it's just white because the light from the sun is bouncing off of the crystals, and that's why they look white to our eyes. Amazing, right? Another thing I like to mention is that a lot of people say that no two snowflakes are alike. And technically that is true in the same way that no two trees are alike, no two rocks are alike, no two grains of sand are alike at the beach. So everything in nature is unique, just like you. So I've cut all these shapes. You can see some rectangles and some triangles in there. I think I'm gonna just decorate the top part of it, give it like a texture, and then we'll open it up. All right, you ready? Here we go. Yee! Yes, ooh. This is my favorite part. Yay! It came out great. Look at that. Okay, ready to count the sides with me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent job. Now, I've been making a few of my wonderfully all different snowflakes, the hard ones and the easier ones. And now I'm going to hang them up. I can hang them up on my door, on the window, or hanging off the ceiling. I think today I'm going to hang them on my door, so I have a wintry door. I'm grateful our paths have converged for a while. I had fun learning something new with a smile. Bye for now.